And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Ghost Frickin' Talkin'. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are Ghost Frickin' Talkin'. We are a paranormal podcast, and we're coming to you live for a second day in a row, as we're going to be talking a little bit about the second day of the live Conjuring house. I am your host, Nick, and our co-host tonight here is... Vanessa coming back in because my normal chat partner, Trenton, he is gone to his mom's today since it is Mother's Day. All right, so Vanessa, thank you for sitting in. You haven't been able to watch too much of the Conjuring house, but you got to look for a couple hours tonight.
Yes.
Let me get some other stuff out of the way first. We are a paranormal podcast. It can be found here on YouTube and on anywhere you can get your podcasts. So if you guys listen to us via iTunes, make sure to give us an awesome review on there so other people can find this. And we want to thank you. Our channel has actually grown on YouTube over the last couple days because people have been looking us up because I've been very active in the chats. And I will have to say, in the chats on the Conjuring house that's live on the Dark Zone are very, very entertaining. Last night, I was up until 3:30 in the morning, right?
Oh, goodness.
Waiting to see if something was going to happen.
Did anything happen?
No, nothing happened.
All right.
Some fun stuff happened, I guess, but nothing
paranormal.
Nothing paranormal. We do have Winterbricker in the chat. Welcome, Winterbricker, and she says, "Hi, Vanessa."
Hi, Winterbricker.
All right. So let me do a little recap. After we went live last night, we stayed up till about 3:30 in the morning and watched the cams. Hoping that, during the witching hour, that hour between 3 and 4 their time, which would have been 2 to 3 our time.
Right.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Pretty disappointing.
Yeah, I was, it was disappointing, but the chat was lively. Somebody in the chat ordered the house of fucking pizza and had it delivered to the house.
Wow.
And while the delivery guy was at the house, nobody knew that they were getting a pizza delivered. So in the background of one of the cameras, because I am part of the dining room crew, because we've all split off into factions.
Okay.
Kind of like what is that? The Hunger Games, right?
Right.
Everyone's got their own section.
All right.
And so I am the dining room crew.
Be their own district.
We are our own district. That's what I was looking for. I'm not that nerdy for when it comes to that movie. So, but it was funny because while sitting there watching the camera, all of a sudden we hear, burnt, burnt. Somebody's honking their horn outside the house. And everyone
get their attention.
And everyone's like, oh, someone probably just drove there to, just cause a ruckus because people know where the house is out there.
Yeah.
They were talking about today how people they go there and they stop in the middle of the road and the neighbors get pissed off because
I'm sure they're probably just staring or taking pictures or
because they get people that bum rush their house and stuff like that. And I get it.
Yeah, I do too.
You know what you're getting when you're buying the Conjuring house.
Right. You have to expect people that are going to come by and do stuff like that.
But yeah, somebody ordered a fucking pizza last night, and there was a guy. His name is John. He earned the nickname Papa John because he was staying the night in Cam 2 in the middle bedroom, right?
All right. With Elf.
With Elf. And while he was laying there, he fell asleep, and then he got up and disappeared and went to the bathroom for what seemed like people were keeping count in the chat. He was in the bathroom. Oh, my
goodness.
Yeah, they're like, man, this dude has been in the...
Poor guy.
Yeah, right. Because not only is he sitting there freaking, snoring the entire time he's in this fucking bedroom. You're in the Conjuring house, and you're live.
Away.
Everyone, you got thousands of people watching you, and your ass is sitting there snoring.
Must have been pretty tired.
Yeah. Sacramento paranormal investigator, welcome to the stream.
Hi there.
But he got up, went to the bathroom, and people were like, man, did he fall in? Should we call a rescue? I'm telling you, the chat last night, if anything, I got my $15 worth in the very first day, right?
Just from the chat.
Just from the chat. Because earlier in the day, the chat was all like chatterbait and, people plugging their porn sites and stuff like that. But at night, it seemed like it was a kind of a cool crew of people out there.
Yeah,
and,
more serious people.
Yeah, and they were, of course, nothing's happening. So, of course, you have to make something fun out of it, right?
Yeah, no, you guys gotta stay entertained somehow.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So, we're flipping through cameras, and I'll hop through different rooms. I'm like, well, how's the library room doing? Have you seen anything? This, that, and this, that, and this, that. And everybody, only thing people could talk about is that this guy was snoring so bad in this room, right? Mm-hmm. That you could hear it in every camera that they had posted.
That's funny.
So, in the dining room, my crew,
yes,
my faction, my district, we actually have the most activity for the furnace. So everybody, they even named the fucking furnace last night.
Oh, really? What did they name the furnace?
The furnace is named Fern.
Fern the furnace.
Fern the furnace. So it was at one point.
Creative.
It was who was louder, Fern the furnace, or Papa John. Yeah. So it was an entertaining night. So if you guys, you guys can still go. If you guys have not, make sure to go to this the Dark Zone and sign up. I think it's $20 for the week, or I think they said, what did they say, $10 a day?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much it was per day, but yeah, if you didn't want to, watch the whole week or invest, $20 or whatever it is into that, you can.
It's well worth it though.
For like 24 hours.
Oh, it's really worth it. A lot of people are complaining in the chat that the ghosts aren't doing what they need to be doing. It's not like fucking SeaWorld.
Yeah, this isn't like Ghosts on Demand.
I fell asleep on Hangout live stream before. Yeah, I've had some friends do that in the Lego community where they fall asleep while they're streaming.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, the overnight chat is really cool. And so I guess I should start talking about day 2 since that's what we're here for.
All right, let's start day 2.
All right, so day 2 once again was full of nothing but fucking interviews. I understand it. You're trying to keep people entertained with the interviews and whatnot, but I felt bad for the couple that owns the house. They sat on that couch for, I would have to say, 5 hours straight.
Wow.
While they kept alternating new guests in.
Okay. So it was just interview day.
Yeah, it was just like interview day. And it was like, okay, the first guy that came on, he's one of the guys that started up the channel and stuff like that.
Okay.
But he was dull as fuck. All right. He's talking about, I don't know, inspirational stuff. And it's like, okay. So I kind of tuned out and I just kind of watched the monitors a bit during that. And then all of a sudden, they pop in another person, which this next couple people were really cool because they were the original investigators of the house when the parents were looking for help.
Okay.
And they were telling us the backstory of how the Warrens backstabbed them and took over the house because the Warrens told the parents that if they want the Warrens to help them out, they can't have any other investigators that are not their people.
Gotcha.
So these two older gentlemen, they're pretty salty.
Yeah.
I felt salt in that stream.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So that was a very cool interview. But then it just kept going, right? And then they bring in another guy. So it's like, okay, can we take a break here? Fucking interviews? But no, they slam us in the face with another fucking interview for a guy that's doing like a documentary of the house.
Okay, well, that's cool, but do we need an hour of him talking?
No, we don't need an hour of him talking. But this is what pissed me off the most, okay? Is that they're too busy doing these interviews, right? Well, in the dining room, they have a REM pod going off. You know,
Okay.
and signaling that there's something there.
Right.
Right?
Some kind of energy.
So a good ghost hunter would be like, oh, there's something going on in here.
Let's stop the conversation and check it out.
Yeah. No, they kept on fucking plugging this dude's movie
Oh, geez.
instead of coming into the dining room and doing what ghost hunters would do.
Check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Because people were flipping off in the chat. They're like, why are we still doing interviews when we have activity going?
Right,
We
when
have
there's-
actual activity going. Because this REM pod stayed in the library all night last night. Not one peep out of it.
Mm-hmm.
They bring it into the dining room, which has been a hotbed of activity. And it's just going off like crazy.
Wow.
And then during one of the interviews, the big thing of the day, and was you could see a shadow pop its head back and forth.
Yes, you showed me that replay,
Uh.
and it was I mean, it was clear as day. It was
Yeah,
definitely like a head peeking around a corner.
Yeah, it was definitely a head peeking around that corner.
Yeah.
And if you guys want, make sure to tune into our YouTube channel, because after this live stream, I will put the link for that video on there. Because I don't want to steal other people's videos and stuff like that and post it here, just because I don't want to be that guy.
Well, no, of course not. We're not trying to do that.
Because some jackass out here is actually live streaming the live stream on their YouTube channel.
Oh, gotcha.
So people are out there watching this
Watching
for
it.
free,
Yeah.
you know, while the rest of us suckers drop $15 to $20 on it.
Yeah.
So it was funny because, you know, even when they're, you know, the family's just walking around just talking trash about people, it's funny because you can hear it all because all the microphones are on.
Right.
And they're like, oh, these fucking YouTubers out here stealing our stuff. And I felt directly like they were coming after me, calling me one of those fucking YouTubers.
Well, you are a fucking YouTuber.
I am a fucking YouTuber, but I am not one of those fucking YouTubers.
No, you're not streaming this on your other
No,
channel.
no, I'm not
For your
stealing.
cheap ass friends.
Yeah. I'm not trying to help out my cheap ass friends by giving them a free show. But so if you guys want to check out that, this will be entitled "Our Thoughts on the Livehouse Conjuring 2." Go into the description of the video, and I will put a link for that video because it's pretty interesting.
It is. It's like a short 8-second clip video, but I mean, that's all you need to see the shadow figure.
Yeah. Okay. So I also have to say this because they're bitching about how people were, streaming their video, right?
Okay.
Well, the person that caught that entity was filming it. Well, it was capturing it like on their phone. So they were were recording it without their permission. So when they sent it into the guy, he's like, "Oh yeah, this is really cool. Somebody took a video of it." I'm like, "But just 20 minutes ago, you were just saying, fuck these YouTubers that are live streaming their stuff." But somebody is actually recording.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's people out there doing that.
Oh yeah. So that was like the thing. Also, they finally put a camera in the basement, like a camera by itself, because there has been one of the multi-cams down there. But they ended up putting a camera that you could go into and watch more in depth with.
Okay.
So they went down there and they set a football on a tee on this chair or table or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I missed it. I've been all over these all day.
Yeah.
I take 5 minutes to go to the bathroom or something like that, and all of a sudden I hear people flipping off that a football got tossed, and they're like, "Yo, yeah, it wasn't like it just fell off; it got tossed off."
Like someone kicked it off the chair.
Yeah, somebody punted it off.
Oh goodness! And of course you miss it.
Well, they are in Rhode Island, so it's probably a pissed off New England Patriot fan that Tom Brady's no longer the quarterback. But I will save that for another stream. Yeah. So I'm sitting here, missed that, right? and I initially missed the shadow in the back. I'm like, what kind of fucking paranormal investigator am I? That I miss all.
You're missing
I'm
everything.
sitting here. I don't know. Out of this last 48 hours, I've watched 30 hours of stream, and I miss the actual stuff that fucking happened. Right?
Of course. That's how it works.
But let's see what else happened today. This is when I checked out for the night. All right, so everyone's bitching and complaining that they want Ouija board action.
Yeah, everyone loves the Ouija board.
Oh, I guess
Except when it comes out.
yeah, exactly. Except for when it comes out. But I'll hold off on that because I almost forgot that they actually revealed. Is it unveiled?
Unveiled.
Unveiled. Thank you. Mm-hmm. See, that's why I have an educated person here with me. They unveiled this new experiment they were doing where they were doing the ABCs, like the board off of Stranger Things.
Yep.
Where they put like these REM pod sensor type things on it. So, if energy's there, they can light it up and so they can start spelling out something. Well, that kind of like fizzled out because, just standing around those pods, there's just lighting off the things.
Because it picks up our energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could blow on it and it's like it would trigger it.
So if I were to stand next to it, would they all go off, or would it just be
the side
couple that are closest to me?
The closest a couple that are closest to you.
Okay, so my next question is, how would a spirit pinpoint, I only want this one to go off above the letter R?
The spirit be like, oh god, my elbow's hitting the
Right.
the T when I want the
Exactly.
E over here, right?
So yeah, I'm kind of wondering how that works. I'm just curious how it works.
It was interesting. It was a pretty good idea, but I think in the end it's a fail.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see if anything happens.
Yeah, because
with it. I mean,
it's set up.
Set it up today, right?
Yeah, they just set it up today. But what I find real funny is that Friday night, they had a live feed where it was just kind of like, we're introducing the house and this and that. Mm-hmm. Well, while they were doing that, this board was sitting on the side of camera 8.
Okay.
And all of a sudden the board lit up and one of those popped off. And there was a shadow on the floor.
Oh.
So the ghost was using it on Friday night without any provocation at all.
Wow.
But they put it on the table and it was like, oh, here you go.
Right.
And the ghost is like, fuck that. I'm not touching it. It fell off when I tried touching it. So they ended up putting the REM pod on the table next to it, right?
Okay. Yep, I see that.
Just to see if those lights went off and the REM pod went off at the same time, that's showing that there's an actual energy there. Yeah. Well, the fucking REM pod has gone off crazy tonight. Mm-hmm. Or, this afternoon, nightish, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't seen it go off.
But the lights never went off on the board.
Oh.
So it was triggering the REM pod, but not the talk board. So, it was a cool experiment.
The idea was there.
The idea was there, and I like it that they're thinking outside the box.
Yeah, you gotta try, I guess, new ways to investigate, right? I mean, that's how you learn new things.
They did do a spirit box session, which I thought was pretty entertaining. Mm-hmm. A lot of people got a lot of bad, sad feelings from it. It sounded like the voice might have been a little sad, but it wasn't as desperately sad as the chat was making it out to me.
Yeah, I didn't feel the whole sadness. I didn't hear the crying people were saying, but I really don't know what I'm listening for, so it's really hard to tell.
But there was some words that came across.
I caught a couple words that
was like demon this and this and that, and I was like, wow, that came across pretty clear.
Yeah.
The spirit box. I've always had really good luck with the spirit box. I swear by the spirit box. That's my go-to. That one and the Ovilus, which I am pissed off that they have not even used an Ovilus here. So I don't even think they like the Ovilus or don't believe in the Ovilus. But I wish that they would actually get into the Ovilus a little bit more. But to wrap up the night, they tried to make people happy that were requesting the Ouija board.
Yes, they did.
Right?
They busted out the Ouija board.
Okay. So they bust out the Ouija board. And I believe you were sitting on the stream when we were announcing this, and I was like, as long as I'm all about this, as long as they don't go up there and try to make it a show,
right?
And try to
fake stuff.
Yeah. And all up until they busted out the Ouija board, it was legitimate stuff they were doing through this house.
Yeah.
They weren't faking evidence. They weren't doing anything. Then they bust out the Ouija board. And then it's like, and it all changed. I was like, how the hell are you going to be sitting here faking on these Ouija boards?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, and it was so quick too. Like, I've messed around with a Ouija board when I was, younger. Nothing really serious, but you would think that, when they sat down and they like put their hands on it, like it started moving instantly. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, and then they didn't even open up because, you're supposed to do a whole thing, spirits of the Ouija board and blah, 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 this and that, and that to open up the session. They didn't do that. They just sat down and went straight in with no lube, right? They went straight in, no lube on the Ouija board, and it was like, oh yeah, let's spell it, and then they started spelling out Zozo at one point. It looked like, and I was like, okay, I'm fucking done. So that's when I was like, let's just walk away from this.
Yeah, it was a little silly.
I'm like, now it's getting dumb.
Yeah.
Ooh, there was like an orb flash down in the basement on camera 4.
Well, I know earlier we saw a bunch down there, and we thought maybe it was dust from them moving around, but I know no one's not down there right now.
Yeah, no one's down there right now, and it was like a flash. It wasn't like an orb.
Oh, okay.
But it was just like somebody took a flashlight and went.
Oh.
Psh. So that's entertaining. Otherwise, I haven't seen anything on these cams since we've been sitting here talking.
No, I know I saw some orbs earlier, and we did see a couple, another flash, in 2 of the cameras.
Yeah, and
that we didn't really quite know what it was.
In camera 1 and in camera 9, they had those white flashes that seemed like it took it all out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's interesting. So I'm curious to see if anything else is going to happen. I'd like to see the little elf doll get possessed up there.
Yeah. It was really funny because how many people that don't know who Elf is in the chat?
And I figured, once people realize, like, I knew that was Elf right away because I grew up with Elf, but a lot of people are not going to know who Elf is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, what is that troll looking doll? Well, it's not a troll doll. It's fucking Elf, man. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Yep. I loved Elf.
Yeah, Elf. I actually went back and watched all the seasons of Elf, I think, last year.
Oh, did you?
And it still holds up. The comedy of that is still pretty good. And they were supposed to be rebooting it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like it's not like a reboot. It's going to be a continuation to where he comes back or something like that. And, he...
his little planet.
Yep.
I forget what planet
Melmac.
Yeah, Melmac. Yeah.
Melmac.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Melmac. Yeah. Did you ever watch the cartoon Elf?
No, the cartoon doesn't ring a bell for me. I just remember the...
Yeah, I don't think the actual cartoon lasted too long, but
yeah, I don't remember the cartoon. But
and then what was it? Burger King had where you could get the puppets of Elf.
Yes, and we actually had some Elf puppets, and I actually think they had some kind of... They had some other things too, but yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
Elf definitely had some Burger King appearances.
Yeah, right. So instead of talking about something massive happening, like the chairs getting thrown at the Conjuring house,
right?
We're talking about their Elf doll that's sitting on their bed.
It's an alien, right? Elf the alien.
Winterbreaker says Elf. Yes, like Elf, like the alien life form.
Yeah, I think that's what it stands for, Elf.
Yep. His name was Gordon Shumway. What was his name? But he went by Elf. He ate cats. I mean, who doesn't like eating cats?
He did eat cats, yeah.
But yeah, so that was day 2 of the Conjuring house live. And once again, they shut it down early. So hopefully one night this week that they do more like in the middle of the night stuff.
Yeah, you would think that they would be doing some more investigations, at the witching hour. Instead
definitely.
of doing everything during the day when things aren't as active.
Where they're just sitting there freaking having interviews the entire day instead of,
Yeah.
doing actual investigation stuff.
Yeah. Well, I guess the one thing when they were doing the Ouija board, they really weren't taking it seriously. And even when they were
No.
doing like the recordings in the basement, like it just seemed like they weren't really serious about it. They were just kind of like,
Yeah, it seemed like they were done with it already.
yeah, like they were just over it.
Yeah, they seem pretty much over it.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
yet they still have 5 more nights
I know.
of this. 5 more nights.
We'll see how it unravels.
Bama Brick says, "Hey, how y'all? We're doing good tonight, Bama Bricks. We're just getting ready to wrap it up here as we were talking the Conjuring House Live Day 2. Yeah, so it does seem like they checked out pretty quick.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe that was just maybe a today thing. Who knows? I don't know if they were tired from not sleeping the night before.
All those fucking interviews. That they
Yeah, all those interviews. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was talking to the chat. I'm like, so chat, what are you guys going to be ordering for them tonight?
Chinese food.
Chinese. Yeah. Somebody chimed in. It's like, oh, we should do Chinese food tonight. I'm like, how about Jimmy John's? Because they're freaky fast.
They are freaky fast.
They are freaky fast. So we're at the Conjuring house with the freaks.
Yeah.
So we need some freaky fast food for the freaks. So it doesn't look like anyone's going to be staying the night in one of these rooms. So good thing, because fucking John was a snorer. And talk about contamination of any kind of audio evidence ever. If anything, guys, don't send them a pizza tonight. Send him a CPAP machine because oh boy needs some help. And he was like the most flippity floppity person in bed.
Well, I can't imagine probably having a really good night's rest in that house, so that might be why.
And it was funny reading the chat too, because the chat's like, how are you going to sleep in jeans? Sleeping in jeans is the worst. They're like, take off your pants.
Get comfortable.
Get comfortable. And then he was sitting there like laying in bed, flipping on his phone on something.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, oh, he's going through his Tinder profile. Updating his status. Nothing, just laying in bed in the Conjuring house.
Oh, goodness.
And they also made fun of him because I guess evidently later on in the night he was farting pretty bad in the bed. And
Maybe it was the pizza.
Yeah, Mrs. Pizza. So then the whole chat was like, oh, is he what kind of pizza do you think it was?
Oh, goodness.
I'm like, it was probably a Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely not a fan of Hawaiian pizza.
All right, so for the little bit that you got to see of the Conjuring house, do you like the way it's set up with the whole video aspect of it?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I guess it's I really didn't know what to expect. But yeah, I mean, I like that you can kind of venture around the house, if you will.
Yeah.
You can kind of check out the rooms individually instead of watching the whole, 9
It's
view.
very addicting. I have noticed that it's been very addicting to me, and I don't know how I'm going to actually be able to work tomorrow.
Yep, that's the question I asked you too. Like, you're gonna have to shut this off and actually work tomorrow.
No, I'm going to have it on the big screen TV over here. I'm going to probably hook up another computer over here so I can actually work and listen and watch and all that fun stuff. So,
Yep.
All right, guys. So if you guys have tuned in and checked this out, thank you very much. This will be going up on the podcast as well tomorrow. So hopefully we get some hits on there. So, Vanessa, I want to thank you very much for sitting back in tonight.
Thank you for having me.
For Ghost Freaking Talking. If you guys have your very own ghost stories, or if you want to write in and let us know your experiences with the Conjuring House Live, write to us at
ghostft@yahoo.com.
ghostft@yahoo.com. And we also have a merch shop. If you guys want to go and on our YouTube channel and look at the link below, you guys can get yourself a Ghost Freaking Talking t-shirt. We have hoodies. We got dog bandanas. Coffee cups are all out of stock. I'm pissed off at that.
Yeah.
I need to get myself a Ghost Freaking Talking coffee cup, and they're all out of stock. So I need to kick those dudes in their balls. So go and order you guys yourself some of that. If you guys are just tuning in for the first time here on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so when new videos come out, then you'll be the first one to know. All right, guys. Well, like I said, thank you very much. Whoa, doors opening.
No.
Oh,
Not paranormal.
Not paranormal. Has he got the football?
I don't know what he's got.
I don't know what's in his hand. Oh, he's got some kind of a ball.
Looks like a.
Oh, the camera froze.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. All right, so
All right.
all right, guys. You want to try it again? Did you get the salt from Trent yesterday?
Yes, I got the salt.
You got the salt.
Mhm.
All right,
It's all you.
give him salt
It's
back.
all you.
Come on, come on.
Everyone has a story to tell.
Yes, that's right. Everyone does have a story to tell, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, stay spooky. And that dog. Wouldn't be a Ghost Freaking Talking episode without a dog barking in the background. All right, guys. Good evening. Fucking dog, man.